Hey guys, welcome back to SLT Learning, and this is Ankit Prajapati, and today we're gonna cover another question on Cypress automation interview related things. So in this particular playlist we are gonna cover almost all the questions that are asked in the Cypress interview, real interview by the big companies like TCS, Accenture and all those things. So let's see what we're gonna cover today in this particular playlist. What are the Cypress fixtures and how do you use them in your test framework? Okay, so this question can become in a different way, and this question can become like more frequently for fresher as well. Okay, because Cypress fixture is I would just say is the basic of the Cypress, and if you have the experience of 1 year of in Cypress, you must be know about these things. Okay, so you can consider this question will be asked for fresher as well if you are applying for a Cypress automation engineer. Okay, so let's understand what are the Cypress fixtures. So in Cypress, the fixtures are external files, usually JSON, but can be also like the text file, CSV file, the image file, and all those things that store the test data. Okay, so over here you will get the idea what is fixture. Fixture is the external file, like in Selenium, right? We use data driven testing by reading the data from CSV file or Excel file and passing to our test script. The similar way you can do in a Cypress, and those kind of the external file are considered as a fixture which used to store the test data. Okay, and they help keep your test code clean and separated with the static test data for to achieve your like the positive negative scenario and the different business scenario and implement your test logic. Okay, so when you do the data driven testing, that is the key things. This is not related with the Cypress, it could be the applicable to other automation framework as well. When you separate your data from your test code, your code look bit cleaner, and you can read the data. You can if you want to change the logic of that particular test script, you can modify the data and see the outcome of the different set of data. Okay, and that is also called the data driven testing as well. Okay, so in by default Cypress look for fixture inside this folder. Okay, so when you install the Cypress, right, couple of folder will get created automatically. Okay, because we are not covering those kind of basic how to install Cypress and all those things, because we main focus on interview questions and that help you to crack the interviews. So by default Cypress will look for the fixtures in which folder? Cypress.fixture folder. Okay, so whatever the files it will be over there, it will read the test data from that file. Okay, then why to use Cypress fixture? That are the couple of things why we require Cypress fixture. Why don't we just use the same way as the Selenium we use, right? Data driven testing kind of things. So the first things will become as simple to avoid the hard coding test data inside the test, that we all know, right? We should not add your test data into the test script, and that's why Cypress fixture is useful to reuse the common data across the multiple tests. So now you will have one Excel or one CSV file or JSON file. That file you can use in multiple test case. Okay, the same data you can use in multiple test case. That is one of the reason to simulate or mock the API response. Okay, by reading the data you can just simulate the API behavior and mock the API response as well. To store the large structured data like user details, the product list, the tokens, the user roles, and many other things, right? Those are the like the structured data. Those are the confirmed data for your testing that you can store in the files. Okay, so these are the couple of things that why fixture is useful in Cypress. Okay, then example, this is the example, the Cypress fixture and user.json. So this is the stored in the JSON format. Okay, so JSON format will look like this way. So username Ankit123, password secret and example Ankit, email will be ankit@example.com. So this is how the normal the JSON file will look like, and this is how the data gets stored. Then you can use username and password to recall these values. Okay, in your actual test. So this is the example you can see, and this is how under the fixture folder you can see the different file like user.json, product.json. Then you will also see the tokens.json kind of things. You will see whatever the test data you want to require for your testing. Okay, then load. Once you will have this fixture, then you need to load the fixture with cy.fixture. So how you can load this fixture? Why I'm giving you this short of the syntax, right? Because this is very much useful. Maybe they will ask you, okay, can you write a 2 line of this one, like how you can use the fixture. So those are the basic things you should know. So described and all those things is that pretty much straightforward. Like this is the login test and this is the test. This is the test scenario. This is the test case that we are doing. So login with the data from the fixture. So in the fixture we have the username and password and all those things. How you can read this user.json in your actual test? So you need to call like cy.fixtures. Which fixtures you want to call from the folder? User. You see user.json. Okay, so you need to call the user fixture, then user data, then whatever the user fixture you are creating, then you need to store into the user data. This is the variable, or this is the, I will just say, the object that you are creating. And using this name user.data, you can recall these three things: username, password and email. Okay, that's why cy.fixtures users, I want to fetch the data from the user fixtures and use it like creating the user data will be have the value from the user.json. So all the value will get stored over here. Then cy.get username type user data dot username. So in a username field it will type the user data dot username. So this username will be typed, then password type dot user data dot password, and then click on the login button. So this is how you can do the login. Rather than passing the static data in the script itself, you can read the data from the fixtures over here. Okay, so this is how you can load the fixtures into cy using the cy.fixtures command. Load the fixture in before and before each. So suppose you want to load, right, the fixtures, like you want to do the some operation, like if you know, right, the annotations, like before each test case you want to execute something, right, how you can achieve that thing. So for that one you can add the same syntax, cy.fixtures users, then data, user data is equal to data. So now again you are just passing the value. Okay, this data, you store all the data and you are making user data is equal to data. So now whatever the value it has, it will get stored in this particular variable. Okay, so before each you can pass like this way, and after that whatever the test script you write, each and every test script will use user.data like this way. If it has too many data, like email address, phone number, something like that, will like registration form. Okay, this is the login form, that's why it's very pretty much simple. But if you are doing for the registration form, then it can be have many other information. So those kind of information you can use like by using the same syntax. So the key things over here will be cy.fixtures, read the data from the fixtures, then store the data in a variable, and then use this variable to read the data or to pass the data in your test script. Okay, pretty much simple, guys. Okay, then using alias like as. So how you can do that? As you see, you can also type like this way. Instead of then, you can also use as alias as well. So cy.fixture user as user data. So whatever the data will become before it will be saved as user data. Okay, then you can use user data to pass the values accordingly. So this is how, if they will ask you about the Cypress fixtures, just give this little bit about information, the definition, why we use fixtures, then how you can load the fixtures. Okay, they might be asked you, can you write the one line how you can use the fixtures, then you can just say like this way. Okay, and that will give you the good impression in the interview, guys. And what is the best practice for fixtures? Store static and reusable test data only. Okay, do not store too many things, like which are the test specific. If you think that particular data will not going to be used in other test case and it is static to that specific test case, then I would recommend it just use in a test script itself. But if you feel this data can be used on other place as well, or I want to frequently change that data, then store that in a fixtures. Okay, for dynamic data, prefer API or custom command. Okay, do not store the dynamic data into the fixture, guys. And over the fixtures, prefer the API or the custom command. Just create some custom command. We will talk about what is a custom command in Cypress, because that is also one of the crucial things to touch when we are learning about the Cypress. Okay, organize fixtures logically. So user data, as I told you, that user data.json, product.json, config.json, like this way. Just make sure all the files are placed under the fixtures folder. So whenever you call this one, it will be easy to read from the system and put the value under your test script. Okay, use the cy.intercept or mock backend response and make the test more readable. So suppose you want to mock the response of the API testing, or you want to mock the if your API is not actually available, but you want to mock the request and response type, you can use a cy.intercept command and you can to mock the backend response of the API. Okay, so these are the best practice you can adapt when you are working with the fixtures in Cypress, guys. So this is what we need to cover in this question. So if you like our video, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so we can come up with such more videos for you. And if you think like couple of interview questions that we have missed or you have faced in your real interview, please send me on a WhatsApp. I will prepare the video. I will add some information on the slide and make it worth it for you to go through that video, and it will be handy for you anytime you are facing the interviews, and you can just refer those before like 1 hour or 2 hour of your interviews, and that will definitely help you to crack your job. Okay, so happy learning and keep cracking the interview, guys.